What I really like is how they bring Mary Jane into this story. She is a journalist. She's into action, hands on. Makes me feel like Lewis from Superman, that she really has developed a skill set similar to Spider Man without the abilities that he has. She's being very adventurous, very brave. She takes risks to find the truth behind anything. And this really gives another perspective. She's just not like a person that stays behind lines. She knows that Peter is Spider-Man. She has shared with him a lot of different problems, and they are in a break in their relationship, or they finished it, however you want to see it, to a certain point in the game. However, this gives you the idea that there is other things that happen that we can explore in the future, but they make her a very good character, not just the damsel in distress like in other stories. She's actually very skillful. She helped Spider-Man a lot. I like how they introduce Miles in this story, because Miles is very important and he comes in his own game. However, to introduce another character and not taking the whole spotlight from the main character is very difficult. You get to play as Miles in certain parts of the game, and you get to explore his life. You see the tragedy that happens to him that stars shaping his future. They put it as a mission, side mission. Well, it's a main mission, but I take it as a side mission to help you learn and I understand what happens to him. And Miles is very important in this day and age. As I was growing up, I didn't really read comics or anything. I just knew most from animes, from cartoons that were created. However, I really enjoy Miles movies now, and I believe he's really important into building the Spider-Man universe. You see this, that he doesn't take the whole spotlight, but you still get attached to his character because you see everything's happening around him. They build him really well in this game. Now, if we look at the villain stories, I feel they spend a lot of time developing the villains, not just being villains. They create a whole story behind them, a whole purpose, give them their own little world so you can understand them, or maybe not completely understand them, but see why they do things. They spend a lot of time developing a character. So in the game, it makes sense, and it'll be a better story having that. Like in the Avengers Infinity War, you understand Thanos. That's why the movie is such a big hit, because they spend a lot of time showing you Thanos' story, so you will see why he did it, his main goal, what it was. This brings a whole other factor to movies and games. Having this, it makes you attach, makes you care more about every character, and I believe they did really well. They spent time, they just didn't want to rush it. And let's be honest, the game is not perfect like any games. It has a lot of parts that are very repetitive, side missions, other missions. Sometimes you feel you're just doing the same thing over and over and over. However, I feel this game is not about that. It's about the story. The story is what really is worth it. The story is what gets you into the game, what hooks you into the game. And that's the most important part of it. A game without a good story is not gonna keep you going to it. It's not gonna make you remember. It's not gonna have you, oh wow, I remember this, talking to your friends, talking about the great games that you have played through. So I feel this is what makes Spider-Man PS4 such a great game, a memorable game, because of the story, how it was so worked into creating something that was very good, very memorable to us, the people that play it. And the whole story behind it, like in every movie, we get the story of making the hard choices. Being Spider-Man is not easy. It's a lot of sacrifices that you're going to have to go through. You're going to lose your friends. You're going to lose people you love. However, you're going to have to choose to save others or be selfish, save yourself and the things you love. Like any Spider-Man, we know what happens with him. We know he's always sacrificing his own happiness for others. And I think it gives a good message, metaphors. However, like I said, it's a great game. It still holds up after 5 years, and I'm surprised a lot of games, they just are forgotten. For me, I think Metal Gear franchise is one of the ones that have stayed with me the longest since I was a kid. I really want to play them again. And this game game. I think Spider-Man PS4 is gonna be one of those games I'm gonna visit every certain amount of years. My son likes it. He enjoys the game, not understanding the whole message behind it. I feel once he does, the whole message is gonna be what he really goes for. Like me, when I watch a movie, it's about the story, how invested I get into it. And I feel that's what makes this game such a memorable game, the time you invest into it. Because the more you go deeper into the story, the more you want to find out, the more things happen, and it's just very good, like a good script. Let's be honest. Well, guys, thank you for watching. I just wanted to do a quick PS4 Spider-Man review after 5 years, and stay tuned. Subscribe until the next one.